And now it's time for another Board Game Brawl unboxing with Nick Minahan, sponsored by BoardGameBliss.com. Hey folks, it is time for yet another unboxing. I haven't been doing that many of these lately, just because I haven't been getting very many Kickstarter games in. I've had so many other normal published games to worry about, as the shelves of Board Gaming Purgatory are evidence of, that I just haven't backed that many Kickstarters, and so every game I get from Kickstarter isn't necessarily worthy of an unboxing. Like, I got the big Tonto Core big box, and I was like, well, probably not worth an unboxing video. But Cool Mini or Not project usually is, because it has so much stuff in it. So the one we're going to talk about today is Besieged, Sons of the Abyss, I believe is the tagline there, which I think is one of the not lesser known, but one of the projects that isn't really getting that much attention from Cool Mini or Not. One of the projects that didn't make $1 million or more compared to, say, Zombicide or The Others, or even, I think, Blood Rage made quite a bit more money than Besieged did. And I'm not sure what the timeline was there. I think Blood Rage came out a little bit before Besieged, something like that. So it kind of got lost in the mix, especially since Blood Rage, blew up and took all the air out of the room, and the Others project did so well. But Besieged is still there, and it made a lot of money, despite not living up to those expectations. But it's a tower defense game, and in fact, I've heard people compare it somewhat to Ghost Stories in the way that you've got your group of heroes in the center, and you've just got monsters coming at you from all sides, and you're trying to buy time until a messenger gets to the king, something to that effect. So there's tons of hero miniatures, there's a lot more monster miniatures, and I pledged for everything. So I've got the big expansion box, I've got extra tiles, a dragon miniature as opposed to a standee, all of this extra kind of stuff. Now, I guess I'll address the scuttlebutt, which is that I think at least one or two prominent reviewers have already reviewed the game and said, not good. So I don't know, but I never watched full reviews from other reviewers until I've actually reviewed the game myself. I can't give an example of when this has happened, but I would rather not take the chance that someone else's review is going to infect my review and change my opinion even subconsciously. I want to kind of review it on its own merits. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a great game, a good game, a bad game, a horrible game. Any of these things might be possible. From what I've seen already, the artwork and the components look to be unimpeachable. They look fantastic, as so many Cool Mini or Not games are. But as I will repeat in the overview, which, spoilers, I've already shot, in the unboxing itself, a good components and good artwork does not a good game make. I've seen this over and over and over again. And hey, I've played games that are fantastic with awful artwork. Eternals of the Multiverse. So we'll just have to see how it pans out. I'm going to give it an honest review. I'm going to play it solo first, then I'm going to play it with folks in my group, see if it's a different experience or the same experience, and then we'll get back to you with a review. But as usual, go ahead and enjoy the unboxing. You're going to see lots and lots and lots of plastic. Okay, folks, I'm going to do an unboxing of Besieged. Now, as you can tell, this is a very large box because I did get some of the expansion content with it. So it's this towering fortress of a box, appropriately enough. So we're going to use my trusty scissors here and get into this sucker, and it's cool. I like that Cool Mini or Not. I guess it's a sign that you've made it, that they have their logo on the box now, and little stickers, I guess. That's kind of interesting, though. And by the way, you know how long I've had these scissors? I just realized this before we started filming. I've had these since at least 2000, and they're as reliable as they ever were. I highly recommend, what is this here? This is Comfort Cut Stainless Scissors. I'll give them a free plug because they're good. I'm sure that's what you came here for. Alright, so this box is so big that it's really annoying for filming, so I'm going to cut it open, push it off to the side, and start pulling stuff out that way. Okay. Get rid of the scissors, I think we're alright. So, made in the USA. Well, parts of this were, I'm sure. Let's see. Alright. Packing material gone. I'm sure my dogs are going to have a field day with that. Alright, so first off, we got little expansion stuff on the top. We have the Heroes set number 1 with a lot of camera glare. You can see my apartment behind me. Okay, so there's 3 new heroes who are... Let's see, let's focus in a bit so you can see them. You have Axel the Engineer, Era the Thief, and Saren the Trickster. Let's go ahead and pop it open. Why not? Let's do that. We could do that, right? You guys want to see that? Why not? We got nothing but time. Nothing but time. And I don't care about saving the box, so we can make this nice and quick. Or I thought we could. Maybe not. There we go. Some of you who think this game is probably going to be terrible are going to be like, no, you could have resold that. I just don't have the time for that. Sorry. Boxes must go. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's see if I can remember who they are as I show them to you. So this one is Axel the Engineer. Okay. There we go. Axel the Engineer, who was a World War II hero used in propaganda, something like that. This one is Era the Thief, and then we have Seren the Trickster God. Maybe these don't look that great. I don't know. They look kind of muddied, right? I don't know. Could just be my camera. And then you've got the color bases, which are now standard in Cool Mini or Not games, starting with Blood Rage, I think. Alright, and then of course you have their character sheets. Maybe I don't have to show you every one of these, but character sheets. And the backstory. They're all sealed up. These are really hard to open, so I'm not going to do that right this second. Okay, next thing. Let's move on. Keep the camera there. More character sheets? Maybe these are replacement sheets for something? Not really sure. Interesting. But okay. And this is encampment tile sets. Which, I don't know. It was cheap, so I got it. They recommended getting it. City of Motown. Fully cooperative. The encampment tile set brings 4 new double-sided tiles with the new encampment rules and can be played with either Besieged or the expansion. Okay. Sure. I'm down. I am down with the sickness. So I've been told. Hold on. Let's bust it open and see. Okay. Huh. Oh, okay, more. This is probably ill-advised. So here's the packaging, the rules inside. Okay, let's bust it. Okay. Not so bad. I'm not gentle with my things. Here's some tokens. I have no idea what they do. And the rules. And then here are the tiles. So let's focus on those. Okay. Hopefully, these add a lot to the game. That remains to be seen, I suppose. Let's get them out of the way and move on. Okay. Character cards. These are for Zombicide. Oh, I think you can use the characters from this in Zombicide. There was something like that. I should say specifically Zombicide Black Plague, which is the new excellent version of Zombicide that I reviewed a couple months ago. Okay, cool. What else we got here? Now we got the Defenders box. Getting down to it. Sorry. Here we go. Defenders box. What do we got? This is all the Kickstarter stuff for the Defender level pledge, I presume. Let's get this going. Okay. Lots and lots of miniatures. Towers. Which, alright, I guess I'll show you some of these. I don't want to be here all day, so we're not going to show you everything in detail, but there's the tower. Here's one of the monsters. I was never totally thrilled with the monster design in this game, but the heroes were really what I was after anyways. So, to that point. And, I mean, cool me or not, as far as mass-produced miniatures, can anyone top them at this point? I mean, yes, you do have, like, Games Workshop. Their quality is still amazing, but they're also, like, boutique. Yeah, I don't know. So it's kind of almost comparing apples and oranges. So, all right, another monster. No, that's a crumbled castle. Cool. That's cool. They make the distinction. I hope this game is good. Listen, I really hope so. It looks amazing, but an amazing looking game is not a great game make. That has been learned over and over again on Kickstarter. When Kickstarter's dead and buried, that will be on its tombstone, I suppose, if that ever happens. All right, cool. So there's that. More miniatures with more castles. Oh my god. Red ones. More monsters, really cool looking monsters. All right. So not all of them look bad. Some of them just look like, you know, kind of generic looking. Sprues on a cool mini or not game. I won't have it. I won't have it. Hearts. I guess it was just easier for them to do that. I don't know. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. All right, and oh yeah, well, what am I talking about here? The dragon. That's the I think this was all optional add-on stuff actually, or maybe you said to pledge at a certain level. That's decent looking though. Although actually, this looks strangely similar to. I just popped open the Wrath of a Shardalon box, and hold on a second. That's worth noting. All right, maybe not that similar. It seemed like it. They're like in almost the same pose. There's the Wrath of there's a Shardalon. A Shardalon, by the way, is like a recurring character in the generic D&D lore, and amazing mod in 3rd edition D&D, the Bastion of Broken Souls. Amazing storyline, epic level mod involving the Shardalon. Anyways, I digress. Another cool big monster who maybe he's a piggy bank. Look, okay. And then plastic bases. And then at the bottom here, you have more character sheets. The Tavern Wench. Alright. I'm sure that's derogatory to someone somewhere. Alright, so that's the... Still in relatively small stuff. Let's get to the bigger stuff, which is first, we'll work up to the main event. Here is the Darkness and Fury expansion box, which is as big as the normal box, or almost as big. So, let's see. Well, first off, let's take a look at the cover. That's cool. Cool Me or Not, also known for great artwork. I don't know that I've hated the artwork in any of their games. I'm not, like, totally fond of the Weebelos and, is that those toys from, what is the name of that game? I can't even think of the name of the game now. Whatever that, like, light war game they did. Rivet Wars. Yeah. I'm not really fond of that style. And the Others has a lot of like just really like grotesque looking artwork that's not really my speed. But this is coming from a Kingdom Death fan. I'm so hypocrites. Okay. Did we look at the back? I think we did. Oh yeah, we did. I'm sorry. I'm tired. So basically in this expansion you get 2 new heroes, trolls, orcs, more trolls. There is the dragon, but it's just the stand. So with the extra stuff, you got an actual miniature for it. So we'll see that in a second, I'm sure. But again, I hate opening. There it is. I hate opening this when the plastic is like really on like something really thin. So just take my word for it. Those are the tokens. But again, I think I have the. I don't know. I think that might be the one thing I didn't pledge for was the miniature versions of these little things. Just because I was like, okay, that's probably a bit too far. Maybe I'm wrong. I might have pledged for it. All right, here's some cards. Let's take a look at some cards for the first time. I'm using my teeth. Like a real gamer who has dental problems. Or will. Okay. A lot of cleanup after this, as usual, for an unboxing. So let's just take a look at some of these cards here. I hate tiny cards, but whatever. Trampling, Dwarven Gunpowder, Sword of Gilgamore, Recalibrated Catapult. Neat. Lucky Day. Indeed. Goblin Kaboom. Gorilla. Iron Orcs. Tyrannizer Trolls. I'm sure there's a dragon back here somewhere. Okay, maybe not. Events. Cool. Okay. And the rest of this should just be miniatures. Here's a die. There's a die that comes in this one. I don't know what it quite means yet. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, minis. Minis! Alright, cool. More awesome miniatures. What they should do, I mean, for stuff like this that's all based on fantasy, as so many of their games are. Like even the others is steeped in fantasy lore, but modernized, kind of like D20 Modern or Shadowrun is the impression I get from the theme of the others. They should just make the characters and stuff compatible between all the games, or some of them. Wouldn't that be cool? I think so. Some of them might even make sense, like immortal time-traveling characters or something like that. I digress. Back when they were still partnered up with Soda Pop / Ninja Division, Candy and Cola were popping up and everything, but I think that's over with. So there's more miniatures. And more miniatures. They're really cool. If you're a D&D, if you actually actively play Dungeons & Dragons or any kind of fantasy role-playing game that requires a battle map and something to keep track of who is what, then you should be also a fan of Cool Mini or Not, because you will never want for miniatures, ever. You'll never have to buy miniatures for anybody exclusively just for D&T. Alright, so last thing in here. Oh, actually, two things. I'm sorry. Hold on. That's the main box. There's something else in here besides a bunch of destroyed styrofoam. It's a little box. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Maybe this is the thing I just said I swore I didn't buy. And if so, I apologize for nothing. Oh no. They're just more monsters. This is where, like, you know, for Cool Mini or Not, typically one of the stretch goals, or many of the stretch goals, is just extras of the same thing we already gave you, which is fine. Alright, finally, the main box. Boy, took us this long to get to this. To be fair, most times I don't actually get all the extra stuff anymore, so the other unboxings are shorter, consequently. Let me... Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as Michael Caine would say. Alright. Here's the main box. Better to take the wrap off first and then show it, I suppose. Like I said, I hope the game is good. It looks really good. It looks really cool. Who knows? Gotta judge it for myself. Little book. Whee. Okay. And more cards. I don't think we need to bust those open, but lots and lots of cards. Dice. These we'll take out. Normal, yeah, just totally normal 6-siders, and then a yellow one. Then also what looks like a blue version of the green die we saw earlier, and this black die, which looks pretty cool, but I have no idea what it does. And then it's this little trackers. Oh, these are for gauges and wheels, I presume. Okay. Put that back. And I do this, and then I do this, and then it's magic! Let's see. Let's get back to that in a second and dig through to the bottom of this. It's the main tiles for the game. Oh, look what I did. And, well, that's worth looking at, I think. Hold on. Teeth don't fail me now. I'm sorry, but this is adorable. The way the bugbear is sleeping. Oh, I woke her up. She's on her favorite blankie. And there's Honeybee. It's rare that they're even that close to each other. Anyways, sorry. Hey guys, I'm sorry, real quick. I realized that I put these two boxes off to the side and didn't actually open them. So it's not a full unboxing until I do. There's ethics and morals to be had here. Okay, so here are these little things. Just more little monsters, I think. Let's get a little closer on that. Little monster thingies. There's those. More heroes. These are the heroes. The heroes from the base game. Okay. I'm going to show you all of them, but you can see. Whee. Like, look at that. That's like the perfect archer miniature for any fantasy role-playing game or anything. Okay, cool. So then, main box here. Let's see what we got. Wow, so many. So many miniatures. So many. More monsters. Telling you, Zombicide Besieged crossover, make it happen. Just in case Besieged is terrible. Who knows? And that remains to be seen. Should have some sort of use for these miniatures. Neat. I like that sword, the way it looks. Cool. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Alright. Okay. Character sheets, not in incredibly thin plastic wrap. That's helpful. So now we can actually get a better look at a lot of them. So these are the main characters that are in the game. You have Osvith, Eileen, who we saw in the front of the pack of Black Plague cards. Lug, is it Lug or Lu? Maybe it's just the the medieval Lu. Marinia, Orobox, Kador. So 2 women out of how many? 6? Yeah, that's not bad. And then the actual tiles of the game. So this is just, oh, shame on you. But everything else is so nice. Whatever. Tokens. This I think I have the mini for. There's what the gauge, the things are going to go for. These I all have minis for. So here's the actual, so those are those tokens. Here's the actual boards, which are worth taking a look at. Okay. So good looking. I mean, the game, listen, I think the game looks amazing. I can pretty confidently say that now. It's a whole different ball game if whether or not the artwork is functional, but it looks good so far. So we will see. And of course, artwork is different than graphic design and how that affects a game, so on and so forth. But that's it. I mean, that is Besieged, Sons of the Abyss, and all of its expansion content for now. I'm going to do my best to play this. I think I can play it solo, right? Let's take a look at that real quick. Yes, so I'm probably going to play it solo just to get the rules under my belt, and then try to play it with my group as soon as tomorrow. We'll see what I can do. But and then expect a review shortly after that, maybe by Tuesday or Wednesday if I'm really lucky. But if I'm not comfortable, the game does appear to be pretty contentious, so I want to make sure that I got all my I's dotted and T's crossed. But expect to see something very, very soon. Thank you so much, peeps. Take care. Out!
Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. And make sure to check out our sponsor, Board Game Bliss, where you can find an amazing selection of games from around the world. BoardGameBliss.com. Thanks for your support.